Hey, howdy, hey, Disney friends, it's Amber with MickeyTravels, and I'm back today to talk to you about the summer, or as Olaf says, in summer. I got a two-part edition for this episode. I'm going to discuss the brand new promotion that was released for people staying on property at Disney World. That includes the summer months of 2015. And my tips for going to Disney during the summer. So first off, this new promotion was released this past week, and it includes up to 30% off your resort room stay if you are going to stay on property. It can be anywhere from 15 to 30% depending on which level you stay at. So deluxes are going to be more of a discount than staying in a value. Some things to keep in mind: the dates are from June 16th to August 27th. So you have to be staying within those dates to take advantage. And there are rooms that are excluded, including the very popular Little Mermaid standard rooms. So if you're interested in a quote and would like to see what kind of discount this promotion can get you, and are interested in booking with myself or anyone else from MickeyTravels, feel free to contact me and I'll give you a quote or price option with that discount. There is no fee to use my services, and when I quote these packages, it's exactly what Disney offers. So it's like a win-win. You get my assistance for free added on to having the promotion. We normally always travel in the summertime, so I've compiled a list of some tips for you if you are going to be visiting in the June through August months. It's going to be very warm there, so a lot of my tips include how to avoid the heat. First off, you are allowed to bring in water bottles and beverages. You get one of the refillable mugs that you can take into the parks with you. You cannot refill them while you're there. They're only refillable at the resorts, but you can fill them up before you arrive and then take them and have them for a few hours. There are many quick service restaurants that offer free water, so you can refill the water in those mugs, or you can just ask for cups of water. Again, you're going to need to have plenty of water while staying during the summer. Make sure you plan plenty of afternoon naps and or some pool time, because with Florida's humidity, it does get really hot and sticky, and children are going to be exhausted and cranky at that time of day. So the Festival Fantasy Parade at Magic Kingdom is 3 p.m., so after that parade is over is a great time to go back and catch up on some rest or to visit the pools. It's also, the afternoon hours are also when the park is at its fullest, including and especially if it's an extra magic hour park. So not only do you beat the heat a little bit, you'll also be avoiding some of the biggest crowds that you will see, which is mid-afternoon. You can always go back to that same park if you have a base ticket that evening and visit, or if you have a park hopper, go to another park and check out things there. You can bring umbrellas to the parks to use for shade. There are going to be some places that you're going to be standing in line in the sun. I know if you're going to be visiting for Star Wars weekends, many of the character meet and greets are in the sun, so it is nice to have the umbrella there so you are not going to get a sunburn. You can also bring in a towel to get wet at the resort to wear around your neck, and they have those, I don't know what they're called. You put them around your neck, you freeze them overnight with you put water in it, freeze them, and then you can wear them on your neck the next day. Those are great. They sell the fans that squirt the water. I mean, there's tons of options to keep cool, but I mean, if you're wanting to look for something inexpensive, umbrella or the towel is my best option to give for you for that. Don't forget the sunscreen. I'm hoping that's obvious. Sunglasses, sunscreen, hats. You're gonna need it. It's gonna be very bright and sunny. All right, so crowds during the summer months. They are very, very, very busy. So which of the three, June, July, and August, is the busiest? That would be July. There are many tour groups from other countries that visit in July, but if that's the only time you can go, it is manageable. You just have to make a plan and be patient, because the crowds are going to be everywhere. Know what rides to ride at certain times of the day, utilize FastPass Plus, and I can help with that too. So those are included in my services if you are completely overwhelmed with trying to make it manageable to visit. Other times to avoid in the summer months, holidays. So 4th of July, Memorial Day weekend, those are going to be high crowds just because kids will be out of school or people will be visiting families, so they will be crowded. I believe 4th of July has closed to capacity before. So early June and late August are the best times to visit. If you can try to squeeze in late May, that's a great time too. I already kind of said this, but you need to try to avoid the afternoons because of the heat. So if you're not going to leave the park, what can you do? That would be a great time to visit all of the attractions that maybe have air conditioning. So at Fantasyland, you take advantage of the PhilharMagic, you get in line for Space Mountain, you watch the Hall of Presidents, which my sister says that's a great time for a nap, but I love that attraction. And also think about if it's going to be extremely hot in the afternoon, you want to avoid the extra magic hour parks. And because the parks are going to be staying open later because it is the summer, it's okay to skip out in the afternoon and come back to a park that's going to be open later. You won't be missing much. You're going to want to avoid it, like I said, because of the crowds and the heat anyway. So if you are staying on property, utilize extra magic hours for the evening by arriving early, staying till it gets warm, and then coming back at night, maybe with a dinner reservation, and then staying up as late as the park is open. If you're going to be watching a parade during the summer, make sure you find a location that has some shade available. The Fast Pass locations for the parades are in the central hub. There is no shade there, so you want to try to find a place maybe on Main Street, which at 3 o'clock is kind of hard and difficult to find, but Frontierland has some shade. There aren't any other parades at any other parks right now. Magic Kingdom's the only one with a parade, so try to find a good spot. You're going to want to line up about 45 minutes to half an hour early to find those spots. So just make a plan of action and find a nice shaded spot for the parades, because it will be sweltering as you sit there and wait. Last things that I've also mentioned in previous videos, it's going to rain every single day during the summer, so please make sure you bring a poncho. You're also going to want to make sure your footwear is appropriate for that rain. So flip-flops, you will slip, but if you want to take an extra pair of socks, you may need to do that if you're wearing tennis shoes. So plan ahead and make sure you have the ponchos, appropriate footwear, sunscreen, hats, all ways to keep yourself cool, and you'll have a great time. If you have any other questions about the summer and are worried about crowds, or you're worried about young kids in that heat, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd be happy to answer your questions. And again, contact me if you do need some help, if you need some assistance with your trip. I am doing my best to make sure that all of you that are asking the questions and needing assistance, I'm getting back to very promptly. It's one of the things I value. We've got some great videos coming up. I've got one about fast pass adjustments and pin trading and all sorts of other things. I would love opinions on what you like to see too. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you all really soon. Have a magical day.